it is with great sadness that I have to announce that the state of New York has fallen to the communists. Now, it's been falling to the communists for a long time. Zoran Mamdani was probably the final nail in the coffin for the inevitable communist takeover. Now, with the elections in New York coming to a close, the left has essentially dominated New York. And as we know, the left doesn't exist anymore. It is just communist. So I don't care too much to talk about the politics of it as much as the repercussions of it. Now, as we all know, communism is stupid. Anyone who's in favor of communism is what's that word? There's a certain word I'm looking for. Describes communism. Oh yeah, retarded. Communists are dumb. Okay, plain and simple. Communists don't understand second and third order effects. If everything's free and the government owns everything, who makes the money? I mean, it just falls out of the sky, I guess. And then when it leads to hyperinflation and it literally costs a wheelbarrow full of cash to buy a loaf of bread, they wonder why their communist utopia never works. Because it's garbage. Communism is bullshit. It doesn't work. Communism never will work. It never has worked. But real communism has never been tried. Well, we'll see if New York gets real communism or not. I have a feeling it probably won't, because real communism has never been tried. But I digress. It's a sad day. Why do I have so much phlegm when I try to record a video? Like, I talk to people all morning, not a problem. I make a video and it's phlegm city. I don't understand it. Maybe it's something in my office. Anyway, with New York being elected communist, with the communist takeover of New York, I think I like that better. With the communist takeover of New York City, through Zoran Mamdani, we've already seen Zoran ran the city out of money in like 2 months. We know communism doesn't work. You and I know communism doesn't work. It never has, it never will. Zoran promised more than he could deliver, and he blew all the city's money, like immediately. Just blew through all the money. Can't afford to do anything now. So what's he do? Oh, well, I have to announce that I'm raising taxes. See, here's the thing, right? You vote your way into communism, you fight your way out. That's how it works every time. You don't get out of communism unless it's with a gun in your hand. And either you're running from the communists or you're fighting the communists to your dying breath. You don't get out of communism on accident. You get into communism on accident. The Zorans already run New York City into the ground financially. What do you think is going to happen to the state of New York? I have, this is just my opinion, my thoughts on this. We will probably end up seeing, before it's all said and done, we will probably end up seeing increased taxes to do business with the state of New York. Because of the extreme left-wing sweep in New York, we might get to a point where New York has a tax to do business. We could possibly see where every major route into New York becomes a toll road. There's no way to get into New York without paying a toll, essentially an entry fee to the state. Now, sure, there will be side roads that go in and out of the state, of course, little back roads, but we're not so much worried about a couple dozen people a day crossing over on a back road. We're worried about the semis, the freight haulers that are moving, that are going to make us the big bucks. We're not worried about a couple cars here and there, maybe a camper or whatever, a couple people on motorcycles. We're not worried about them. We're worried about the big bucks. Who are we going to go after to get the big bucks? Freight haulers. I could see potentially getting to the point where you have to stop and pay a toll before you can enter the state of New York. I could see that. It's already that way for people in my area. If you live anywhere near Cleveland, pretty much the only way to get to New York is across Interstate 90, And as soon as you hit New York, it's toll road. Actually, it might be toll road in Pennsylvania. No, I think it's free in Pennsylvania, and as soon as you hit New York, 90 is a toll road. Uh, I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've been out there, a couple years since I've been out there, so I don't remember where the tolls start. But if I'm remembering correctly, the tolls start in New York. And I mean, essentially, I've described already, like, that's going to be every road. I noticed that toll roads are more common in New York. It's an easy way to make money. It's passive income, basically. And these states that promise more than they can deliver, often they'll have toll roads everywhere, and then they'll tax the toll roads. They'll tax the owners of the toll roads. That's taxable income. There you have it. It's going to slowly. It's going to get to the point where they just take all the money from the toll road. They're just going to take everything, and it's going to be, oh, this is ours. This is just profit. Whole thing's going to be profit. And I'm sure the infrastructure will fall apart, as often does in communist nations. We're getting to the point where New York isn't even a state anymore. New York is becoming its own country. It is so opposed to America, as is California. These two states are so opposed to the American dream and American morals. They're becoming their own nations. It's going to get to a point where regular Americans can't do business with New York and California. It's going to get to a point here. I'll give you an example. I ordered a part. Well, my dad ordered a part for my dirt bike. My dad ordered this part for me because he wanted to do something nice for me. So he's like, hey, you know what? You need a part. It's not a super expensive part. I'll order it for you. Don't worry about it. I'm like, all right, whatever. You don't have to do that. And he's like, nah, don't worry about it. I'll do it. Like, and that's what we do from time to time. My dad and I, my dad will need something. Hey, I'll order that. Don't worry about it. Sometimes I'll need something. I got it. Don't worry about it. And it's just kind of something we do for each other. But I don't know, it's just the way we've always been. It's just something we do for each other. If he needs something, and he's like, oh yeah, I want to get this, but I'm going to wait. All right, well, I'll order it. My brother does the same thing. A few years back, I remember my dad. He was like, oh, I need to order some new taillights for my trailer. He kept putting it off. My brother called, hey, did you order them taillights for your trailer yet? No, I was going to order them next couple weeks here. And my brother goes, don't worry about it. They're shipping to your house. They'll be there in a couple days. It's just how it's how we show appreciation to each other. It's like an I love you. You don't have to say it, but I ordered your taillights. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I digress. My dad ordered this part for my dirt bike, and it's coming from California. How long until we can't order from California? Because California won't ship to a state that has the wrong ideas. How long until we can't order from New York? Because New York won't ship to a state that has the wrong ideas or the wrong politics. How long until we can't order from these places? How long until we can't get food from these places? Now, I don't know how much of our food comes from New York, but I know a lot of our fruit comes from California. So how long until California imposes some sort of tariff, so to speak, on sending fruit across the country into conservative states, into red states? How long until they start to tax us for ordering from them? I don't think it's impossible. I don't think it's unforeseen. I think it's very probable that this will happen soon. Soon within the next 10 years, rather. Just to be clear. I don't mean it's going to happen tomorrow. I mean soon being within the next 10 or 15 years. Probably by the time I'm about 40, we'll be looking at border taxes to enter and exit California. There was someone big who moved out of California. I forget who it was. And they moved out of California, we'll call it 2005. And California said, well, you still owe us income tax until 2010. Even though you moved out of the state, you still have to pay California income tax until 2010. They were like, no, I don't. What are you talking about? Now, obviously, those aren't the right years. I don't know what the right years are. I don't remember. This wasn't that long ago. It might have been like 2016, 2018, something like that. I don't remember. But someone had moved out of California, and California said, "Well, you owe us income tax until for the next 5 years." Well, I don't live there anymore. I don't owe you shit. Can you imagine when California goes to Nebraska and says, "Hey, all your residents owe us taxes"? For what? Because we said so. Come to Cleveland and they say, everyone in the city of Cleveland owes California taxes because we do business with Cleveland. No, fuck you. I see that kind of thing. I guess it would make more sense to say New York would try to tax Pennsylvania, for example, because there's a lot of cross-border business there. Or Pennsylvania tries to tax Ohio because Pennsylvania, right on the border of Pennsylvania, does a lot of business with Ohio with steel mills and the foundries and shit in that area. They could say, well, we supply Ohio with a lot of this steel, so Ohio residents have to pay Pennsylvania income tax because you're profiting off of the labor of Pennsylvania. That's called communism. It's plain and simple. That's just communism. I think we've hit the slippery slope, and we're now sliding down it. The slippery slope was allowing a communist to be elected. The slippery slope was allowing communists to run. The slippery slope was not saying, no, you're a communist, you're invalid. Because according to, oh, damn it, I knew I would blank here. Damn it, I'm blanking. There's some documentation that basically says communists aren't people. And I agree with that. Communists aren't people. But it's a slippery slope, and we're already sliding down it. And it's too late to try to stop now. We got to wait till we crash to the bottom and then try to climb our way back up it. Once again, we said slippery slope. That's not going to happen. Look at gay marriage. No big deal. Oh, wait, now they're trying to indoctrinate our kids. Let's elect a communist mayor. Oh, now the whole state of New York is communist. The whole state of California is communist. The whole state of New York, the whole state of California are essentially their own nations at this point. They don't care what America wants. They don't do what America wants. They don't agree with America. They're their own nations. We've hit the slippery slope. We're falling off the edge. We are a stampede running towards a cliff. We're never going to survive this if we keep doing this. And, the conservatives, of course, as always, are sitting on their hands. So what do? I don't know. Get ready to fight, maybe? I don't know. When do the communists just say, you know what? This chunk of Pennsylvania is ours now. This chunk of Atlanta belongs to New York now. It's going to happen sooner or later. Of course, they're going to try to expand. Now, I'm sure they'll try to push through legal means. They'll try to push into neighboring states at first. I mean, California's already seeped into Washington. They've already started to push their nonsensical gun laws in Washington, and they've run businesses out of Washington. I'm sure New York will try to seep into Pennsylvania, and I'm sure that will eventually seep into Ohio and the neighboring states, and it will eventually end up spreading to a certain point where people will say, okay, we're just going to start stacking bodies because this communism thing ain't cool. If the communism lasts that long. I mean, we forget there is the possibility New York runs out of money in 2 years and everybody's starving, and then they can't elect anyone else because they're all starving and murdering each other. That is a possibility. That's probably the best case scenario is the communism just burns itself out real quick and then it falls apart. But yeah, I have to say, communism is by far one of the stupidest ideologies I've ever seen or heard of. I don't understand how these people ever get power. Well, I do understand, actually. People are lazy. And if you promise me free shit, why would I do anything other than the bare minimum to get the free shit? It's the argument people have with unemployment. You pay people unemployment. Why would I get a job? If my bills are getting paid, why do I need a job? I'm making money off the government to sit on my ass. That's why Ohio gives you a certain amount of time to get a job. And you have to submit that you're applying for a job, 2 jobs a week, I believe it is. You have to submit, I applied here. Those were my 2 jobs for the week. And you have to keep track of where you applied. You have to tell them, yes, I applied 2 jobs, and then they approve your next week. It's a week-by-week basis up until 6 months up until a year, whatever it is. It's a week by week basis with unemployment in Ohio. In some states, you're like, I lost my job. And they're like, you're good for like 2 years. We don't need anything. We'll just pay you for 2 years. Tell us how much you need. I mean, some states are different. I mean, it's ridiculous. Anyway, I think we're at a dangerous point. We're falling off the cliff here as a nation. We're letting communists infiltrate our cities. We're letting Muslim radicals infiltrate our cities. We've let millions of illegal immigrants infiltrate our cities. We are destroying our cities. And sometimes I wonder, is this on purpose? We run the price of gas through the roof. The Trump administration's done that for some reason. I think it's to weaken China, or possibly it's to bring the price of gas down right before the midterms so that everyone gets reelected on the right. They'll say, oh, yeah, well, they fixed the gas price. Because remember, nobody remembers 2 months ago. So maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe that's the plan there. Maybe Trump's trying to weaken China. That's a possibility. I don't know what Trump's plan is, and that's part of what kind of drives me nuts about it, is it seems like there is no plan. It seems like these things are just being done nonsensically. I don't think there's much of a cohesion among the right. I hate to say it again, but ever since Charlie Kirk died, it seems like there is no unification on the right. Nobody wants to be friendly. Nobody wants to be on the same team. It's, I got mine, fuck you. Figure out how to get yours or don't. I don't care. And the right used to be, I got mine, now I'm going to help you get yours. Now it's, I got mine, fuck off. I made a bag, I don't care what you do. I'm sitting over here wondering why I tried so hard and why I pushed so hard and why I pushed people in my life. Hey, go vote, this matters. And then I got new wars and high gas prices. It's like, well, that's it. That's the opposite of what I voted for. I feel very disenfranchised. I feel very alienated from the populist right, so to speak, because I don't fucking feel like anything represents me anymore. We're letting communists take over. We have terror cells in every major city we're doing nothing about. We've done a little bit about immigration, a little bit, until the news coverage got bad, and then that got pulled back a lot. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like we're falling apart as a country. We're falling apart. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know where it ends, but I would like to find some means to an end that doesn't result in the destruction of America, because the only end I see is a Mad Max wasteland with people murdering each other in the streets. And I don't like those odds. That's not the future I want. The future I want is, yeah, maybe there's a little bit of hardship now, but in the future, a few years, we can come back from it and we can become an even stronger nation and be a more independent nation, to the point where things like war in the Middle East don't affect our gas prices by $3 a gallon. And I don't know, man. I remember as a young kid, I think I saw the end of the American empire. America was strong. Gas was cheap. I remember my grandfather would drive me to work, and he would flip out about $2 a gallon gas. Well, Grandpa, I'm glad you're not here now, because I don't think I could sit in the car with you if you saw the gas prices. I think you would explode out of pure rage if you saw the gas prices. So maybe you went just at the right time. I don't know, man. I don't know where this goes from here. It just seems like we're falling off a cliff. What do we do? What do we do? There's no good jobs. Nobody wants to work at the good jobs that are there. I feel like we're falling apart as a nation. I feel like we have no forward momentum anymore. It seems so pointless. Anyway, that's all I got. I hate to be all doom and gloom, but I don't know, man. It just seems like we lost New York. California's been long gone. New York's been following. Seems like we lost them. What do we do? You tell me. Drop a comment. I read them. If you comment, I'll reply. So tell me what you think. I don't know. That's all I got. I'll see y'all in the next one. I hope you enjoyed, and